Hey guys, Johnny Thompson here with Mr. Sean Walsh of Good. We're going to spend some time on the range, talk about equipment. We've already been doing a little bit of work on the side, and now we're going to put it to the test here.
I'm a fan of that one. That's the best part about this club too. It's just a super versatile club.
All right, let's start at the bottom of the bag. I want to hear the story of just how you set up your bag. I noticed you have 4 scoring wedges in there. So tell me a little bit about how you got there. We got all the Opus, looks like we're all S grind.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm not very good at the club stuff.
Okay.
So it's like, I've always figured there's 2 types of people. The people that are like really dialed, know exactly what they're doing.
Yeah.
And the people who are like, hey, I realize I'm not smart enough to know everything that I'm playing. So I'm gonna let people like such as yourself tell me what I should be playing.
Okay.
So but like you said, like forever I've been a 4 wedge guy, especially kind of, you get into the pitching wedge, and I know Callaway has the 10 iron option, but I've always been a little bit more pitching wedge, like a normal real wedge, like you said, kind of like a scoring wedge, I guess, type thing, to where, because I don't really hit a ton of full shots with my wedges. I like getting a little crafty. I mean, grew up in Texas, ton of wind, so it's like, it's not outrageous for me to be like 110 out, I want to hit a little pitching wedge. Yeah. And I've always felt like if you go to like the 10 iron route, like hitting some of those 3/4 shots, especially with my swing, I can get that like hot left ball in there sometimes, a little bit more ping, a little bit more ball speed to it. And I've always felt like I can control these a little bit better. So
yeah, that's a good point. And how much do you chip? Like, obviously I know you chip with your 60, but
yes.
Do you get into the 48 for some shots around the greens?
Not really a ton. I guess I'm new school in that way, to where it's like, I mean, most of the shots around the greens are gonna be a 60 or a 55. So this is a 56, bent to a 55. And so, I tend to probably hit 85 to 90% of the shots around the greens with 60 or 55.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Yep, makes sense. And then we got the TCBs here. I'll pull out the 8 iron, let you get through there. So
for sure.
So we had a conversation on the phone a couple weeks ago. You got fit into some AMT whites.
Yep.
Played them for a bit. Your home base was always Project X.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about like what you were feeling between those 2 shafts and why we ended up going back to home base.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, and it really wasn't a huge difference, to be totally honest with you. It's like, I've been in Project X 6.5s for, oh my gosh, like at least 10 to potentially 15 years. Yeah. I mean, it's like, I've loved them. I've always seen a lot of consistency. And I mean, the thing about playing high level golf, I've always felt like, is just eliminating variables. It's like when you miss a shot, you want to know why you missed it, right? And so honestly, the day that I got fit for my first set of TCBs, like I was striping it, I was hitting it so well, I felt like I could hit anything. And so the fitter that I was getting fit by, he was like, dude, it's kind of a toss up. Like the white AMTs were good too. And he was like, hey, look, like this will kind of take a little bit, some of the left balls out, the white AMTs. And I was like, okay, like I'll go that, hate missing it left. And I did that. And to be honest with you, it's like, it was pretty good. But every now and then I did get one where it's like, I felt like, oh, I hit it well, struck it well, and just came out of a little bit of different window than I was used to. And so, after that kind of was happening on and off a couple times, that's when I called you up. I was like, hey man, would love to see what the 6.5s look like. And
get to work.
Yeah, I mean, happy I did. I mean, these things, they're old faithful. And like I said, it's like now when I hit a bad shot, I know it's my fault. So. Yeah.
And then TCBs, just what was your journey to that model?
I don't know. This one, I got fit, and they were like, I was hitting CBs, and Wonder was like, let's put them in TCBs. I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't know the difference. Okay. So, but that's what I told you. I'm on the side of the spectrum, like of that, spectrum of, knows all about his clubs, doesn't know anything about his clubs. I'm more of the, hey, look, I trust people like you. Tell me, hey, what would be best. So.
All right. Well, I'm all ears. So you just keep the feedback coming.
Perfect.
And if we get off, we'll know some directions that we need.
Beautiful.
To go.
Yes, sir.
Let's hit a few shots.
All right.
So you just spent a week in Pinehurst. How was that?
Dude, that was awesome, man. That spot's so good. I'm biased because I actually won North-South there. Oh. So it's like it's a little bit, feels like home, but like all those spots, it's it's a guy's dream. Yeah. It's like if you're a golfer, you gotta get there, and it's good all year round too. That's the fun part.
How much shaping of the ball do you do with irons?
Dude, really not a ton. I love hitting it straight. I mean, again, kind of like I said, I hate missing it left. Like that's the one where I always feel like, especially because I hit a lot of 3/4 shots. Yeah. It's like the left one tends to be hotter, and there's a reason I'm hitting a 3/4 shot because I don't want it to go as far. So, yeah. So I've always kind of loved hitting, kind of hitting it pretty straight. flat ball flight, doesn't really have a ton of spin, which is sometimes my problem. And I don't know, we can talk about that as far as kind of still kind of looking for a home base as far as the golf ball. But
what have you been in so far?
All three.
Yeah.
I've been, I started with Tour X, and then I went to the Tour, and I felt like I got a little closer. And then the last couple days, I played with Triple Diamond, and it's actually felt pretty good.
Yeah.
It's like I'm biased because like my first round out there, it's like I tied my course record at my house. My course, Brad was on the wrong end of that one.
Yeah.
So that felt great.
With
and
triple diamond ball?
Yeah, the Triple Diamond. Yeah.
Okay.
So it was like the Triple
start.
Diamond ball. Yeah. So it's like, so I'm kind of riding that one until, you know.
Yeah, I could see that being a ball that would probably fit your eye, just knowing the background of like the Texas and the plane in the wind, like that ball keeping spin down and out of the variables is a good thing.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like I feel like I actually, with these irons, I'm able to launch it a lot higher, which is great. But again, like I want to, like, obviously higher launch, I want to keep that spin down.
Yeah.
Because that was a bit of the problem, especially kind of in those white AMTs too, where I felt like it was like I was getting the high launch, but I was also getting more spin.
Yeah.
And then I was like losing some distance on some shots.
Yeah, that's what I would expect. The difference between those two would be more spin related.
Yeah. And it's kind of, it seems like, I mean, again, I'm the amateur. I don't really know a lot about the club fitting side, but it's like basically just, it's matching launch and spin, right?
Yeah.
That's the entire key to this.
And then feel's huge too, because you could have the perfect numbers, and you know every radar you hit on should tell you that's a perfect launch and spin for a 6-iron. But if the shaft doesn't feel good, you're not going to have that heightened sense of square face, center punch.
Yeah.
That's a huge part of fitting that, you know, a computer can't tell you that.
Right.
Like you're not a robot.
Yeah.
You're a person, you have feelings, and you need to, something has to feel good for it to perform good.
Yeah.
So that's a big part of it. And 6.5s do, you know, Project X 6.5 feels pretty different to an AMT white.
Yes. Yeah. 100%. Yeah, no, it definitely does. I mean, that was like, it was funny. Like I got the box and I went out and I hit it, and it's like, I could feel within like the first, like really the first ball or two, it was just like, oh, this is like home.
I'm back.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like that's what it felt like. Yeah.
So you got the 20-degree UT in here?
I do. Yeah. So that's I mean, again, it's not a, I always prefer to have the 7-wood in for sure.
Yeah. Do you travel with more than 14 just and let the course kind of dictate what goes in play?
Yeah, that's exactly right. I mean, I think there's a lot of courses, especially, you know, it's like for me, my professional career, I played a lot of, like on America, so I played Latin America, I played in Canada, and especially Latin America, you play a bunch of different types of golf courses. So I always felt like having those two options was good because, you know, if you get on like a tighter course in Canada, it's more placement, not really hitting drivers much off the tee. You know, I really loved being able to hit iron off the tee, and, you know, so you get that 2-iron, play a little back in the stance, kind of hit like these low runners. Always felt like I could hit a lot more fairways. You know, versus the 7-wood is fantastic. You have a little bit more open, a lot more reserved for going for par 5s and 2, that type of situation. So,
let's show the viewers at home.
Show the people
difference between a 7-wood flight and a 2-iron
oh,
flight.
they're going to see it. They're going to see it, that's for sure. Yeah, exactly. So it's like, yeah, 2-iron always felt good about just kind of putting it more in the middle of my stance, just kind of hitting this like low draw, flat runner.
Oh yeah.
Didn't even hit it that good, but that's
fairway to America.
It's always exactly. Yeah. That's always going. Yeah, even put me on Sahali. That one's still going to go straight.
So you're no different than a lot of the guys. You know, we're here at the Players Week. We've had a lot of our PGA Tour players here, and they all have, at this point on a Tuesday, they have 15, 16, 70 clubs in the bag, and they're doing the same thing you're doing. They're traveling with clubs at the end of the bag that might let the course is going to dictate which one's in play.
Right.
And it's, you know, if you got two that essentially get to the same place but get there differently, it can be very advantageous to have those options.
Oh, 100%. And I think you're probably seeing, I mean, we were talking about it off camera, but you're probably seeing a lot of guys, especially this week, kind of going to 7-wood because, hey, look, there's a lot of drivers off the tee. I mean, and really what's the most important out there is like you want to be hitting, you know, it's like what holes? Yeah, 2, 9, 11, 16. I mean, these guys are going to be in these numbers depending on wind and stuff like that, where they're going to be, I mean, you know, 7-wood, that top of the bag, they're going to need to be dialed. They're going to need height, you know, to come into those par 5s. And I mean, especially, you know, it's a place where you're hitting majority driver off of every tee box nearly anyway. So it's like, I think that they're going to be a little bit more likely to have a club like this in the bag than like that 3-iron-y, you know,
it is
fairway
true.
finder.
Those holes you just called out, because I think people don't realize how small the greens are.
Oh yeah.
At stadium course.
Yeah.
So like those targets from, if you're bringing someone in 250 plus.
Yeah.
You don't have a very big landing area.
No,
so something coming in steeper.
Height.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Show me.
100%.
Show me the soft high 7-wood.
I'll try to show you.
Oh yeah. That's beautiful.
Well, that's the best part about this club too. I feel like it's like, that's probably relatively stock, maybe like half a groove low.
Yeah.
To where it's like, I can still hit that one like, you know, 230 if I wanted to. But it's like, I also feel like if I put a little more back in my stance, it's like I can still get 250 out of it.
Yeah, maybe turn it into a 5-wood if you have to.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, it's just a super versatile club.
Show me that one. I want to see you pick up like the 10 to 12.
Perfect.
Through ball flight.
Yeah, just touch more back in my stance, I feel like.
So the last one was like 224.
Oh, it should at least be 10 more. I was going to say, yeah.
Common club it's not a big surprise because of, you know, it's been happening for a while now, but it's becoming more, I guess, more known that, you know, PGA Tour guys are putting 7 woods in play. It's a common thing now. So.
Yeah. Well, and it's funny too. It's like, that's how you know, like a trend in golf, or it's like, you know, a hot thing. And it's like, you hear your buddy on the side of the range talking about, oh yeah, I got this 7 wood. And then you see him go play and you're like, I want that shot.
Yeah.
You know, I want that shot at me. And so, so I think that's why, it's how you know it's a good thing, is when you got all these tour pros being like, hey, yo, this is a cool thing.
So you got the triple diamond 3-wood. How's this been?
Yeah, honestly, one of my favorite 3-woods to hit. Just the high knuckler.
Yeah.
High face knuckler.
265.
Roll
so pretty,
forever.
Pretty consistent.
I'm a fan of that one.
Coming from AI Smoke triple diamond, we're now in Elyte triple diamond. 8 degree at N+1.
Yep.
Why did you go 8 degree and then N+1?
You're asking all the questions I don't really know the answer to.
I mean, looking good on the ground is a big thing.
Yes.
So if at NS it looks too open,
it might have looked
just squaring it up. Like, that's a common thing. Like, we've had guys that are like on a launch monitor and say, okay, I'll ride it around 9 degrees. It's perfect, but at NS it looks too open.
Right.
So we go and give them an 8 degree, give it an N+1. You're hitting the same loft.
Yeah.
But you're fitting the face angle to them. So it's it's a great way to do it, because it's a big component of it. How the club sits on the ground. You know, you want to have confidence when you sit on the ground. It looks good to you. Yeah,
and I would imagine that was probably the decision making behind it. Again, I trust people like you to tell me, but no, I think that, I mean, again, when I set this up, it looks super neutral to me, which, again, I mean, I hate things that look left already, so it's kind of funny adding loft where it didn't look left still. I mean, again, I think you guys really nailed that, because, I mean, especially higher level players, I mean, really, we don't love anything that looks left. I mean, to be honest. I mean, I think anybody would agree that you'd probably rather it sit a touch open than, you know, a touch closed. And so, yeah, I think adding that, because I've never particularly been a high launch guy, so I was kind of very intrigued when I saw that it was at 8. But then, again, lofted up gives me that little extra launch angle, but at the same time, kind of squaring up the face is kind of a win-win.
Have you noticed any difference on spin tightness coming from AI Smoke triple diamond?
I really don't tend to hit a lot of big misses with it and stuff like that. But like you said, it's like, it's low enough, like it's low spin, but it's like, I feel like I can launch it higher and it's still getting me what I want, to where I don't hit the left balls. It's like my misses are just these little right ones that end up being totally fine the majority of the time.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's like I can just stand up on a tee and aim on the left side of the fairway and know that it ain't going in the left rough for the most part.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good lesson for the people at home listening too, because, you know, you have a +1 setting. So, you know, in some people's mind, they're like, oh, you know, I don't want to hit it left, but I would never put in the +1. But, you know, for you, it's square the face up and you still don't miss it left. So,
exactly. Yeah. And it could be something where it's like, hey, look, like, I mean, just because the face looks like it's aimed right doesn't mean you're never going to miss it left.
Yeah.
Because if anything, that subconscious is like, wait a second, hold on. Yeah, this is aimed right.
It's just good. I mean, we make a full range of adjustability for that reason, you know.
100%. Yeah, absolutely.
Really good. Really
there
good.
We go. Looking a little bit more like a pro golfer.
Do you have like a fairway finder? Do you do anything different when you really want to squeeze one, or is it just stock ball?
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, it's pretty stock.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the beauty of it, is that like I've really gotten into such a good driver with you guys that it's like, even if I do get up to a tight hole, it's like I just have the confidence to know that, like, it's like, again, I can aim at that palm tree and I'm never gonna hit it left of that. And so, you know, 90-95% of the time, that's gonna work on any golf course you're at, right?
Yeah.
I mean, even 18 at the Players, you know, it's like I can aim 5 yards right of the water and know that it is ending up either on that line or, you know, between 15-20 yards right of that. 90% of the time,
it's a good
right?
feeling to
it's
eliminate one side of the golf course.
100%.
Is huge.
Absolutely.
Great golf swing.
Sometimes.
Really
Depends on the
consistent
day.
too, because you caught one of those a little high on the face, and then you caught that heel ball, and there's like a 700 cycle spin window between those two shots.
Yeah.
That's what that 10x face is. We notice with everybody is they're like, man, I heel it or bottom it, or toe it or high on the face. Where those things are stretching to, you know, how low a spin or how highest spin, it's gotten so much considerably shorter. So it's been great because guys can plot better if they can trust that if they come off it and there's a bunker they're trying to carry at, you know, 290 and they bottom it, heel it a hair.
It's got a better chance.
It's got a better chance because it's not going to lose or it's not going to gain all that spin. So we've had a lot of guys bring up the tightness and spin because they're talking about like plotting on a golf course and how much more advantageous it is to have a driver that doesn't have a huge spin window.
Oh, for sure. No, I mean, that makes total sense. And that's what I've seen in this too, is like, it's like the mishits are so much tighter. You know, it's like get one a little bit off the toe. It's not nearly as left as it might have been. Like get one off the heel. It's not that like high spinny cut, like gross one. It's like for the most part where it's like you hit a good one and your boys tell you, oh, hey, good swing. And you're like, well, it really wasn't, but I got a good driver.
They get mad because they're like, oh,
oh, he mishit it again. And it's just like, well, I did. It's like, but I got good tech, so All
right, last piece of the puzzle of the bag. And notice we have 2 putters in play right now.
We do have 2 putters in play right now.
Talk to me about these 2 guys.
All right, so both of these are the square to square. One of them, we got the Jailbird square to square. And then, so this is the one, this is actually a good addition that came out here a few months ago. And we've been rocking with it a little bit. So I will say that I had a putter switch, similar, like, you know, no torque type putting and stuff. So I really loved it. And so I love the ideas behind this, you know, square to square technology. So I like this. And I'm going back and forth between that and this number 7 edition that you guys have built up and stuff. And so, actually, you just gave me this yesterday, so shout out that. Thank you so much. And so yeah, now we're basically kind of working to try to find, okay, which one do we like looking at the best, which one rolls the best, and we're gaming both of them. And I mean, honestly, both of them feel fantastic. It's just going to be a matter of kind of which one I like looking at better, really.
So both have AI1 insert. So you can, I love this little window here because you can kind of see what it's all about. Have you ever seen the back side of the insert?
No.
It's pretty cool. So it's wavy. There's nothing symmetrical about it. And all of that insert has been made by AI. So where balls get hit across the face, it's been maximized to create the same ball speed. So if you toe one or heel one, or high on the face, low on the face, just like we just talked about drivers, like having a forgiving face, like AI created the driver face, AI created that insert. So if you hit a 10-footer and you come off it, you know, slightly toe it or heel it, because believe it or not, even good putters
we gonna do that.
Right. And so if the same speed from the center is on slight toe or slight heel, your speed control is going to be so much better. So it's the one thing with Odyssey and with these square to squares is that you can definitely take an advantage of, is that roll tech is a huge part of that putter, just as much as the zero torque design.
Nice. No, I mean, that's fantastic. I mean, because especially at the end of the day, I mean, if you're not hitting, you know, if you're not hitting putts with similar consistent speed, it doesn't matter how good of a green reader you are. It doesn't matter, you know, it's like you're never going to make any putts. And so no, that's fantastic and good to know.
So now it's all on you, man. You got a bag full of good stuff.
Oh, see, now the problem is okay. But hey, that's what I said. It's like, it's eliminating variables. And now that I know that I got my equipment is the best I could be, then, or the best it could be, now I have no more excuse to play bag golf.
Just going to slap you in the butt and send you on your way.
Let's
Go
do
get
it.
it.
All right.
Hey, thanks, Sean.
Appreciate it so much. That was fun.
Yeah, absolutely.